لا لا اللي طلع كان خفيف الأول. فرقعات نارية.
واو.
الله أكبر.
الله أكبر.
Let's show you the latest pictures from Beirut this afternoon. The latest chapter, it seems, latest instalment in that country's recent story of misery. According to some sources, not just one explosion, but two in the port area of the city. And some of the pictures that you can see on elsewhere online show the most extraordinary explosion, spewing a huge mushroom cloud into the air. And scattering debris over a very substantial area as well. One reportedly in the port. You can see, presumably, some extent of the scale of this explosion that's tossed cars some distance and overturned them, and presuming that's as a consequence of what's happened. There's no clue at this stage, this very early stage, whether, given that this happened in the port area, whether it was... These are live pictures you're looking at now, whether this was an industrial explosion, always a possibility until confirmed otherwise, or an act of terror and a deliberate attempt to kill and maim. It has been pointed out that this week is the week in which an international tribunal returns a verdict into the killing of the former Prime Minister, Rafiq Hariri, with Hezbollah agents thought to be in the frame. No confirmation yet as to whether there were two explosions, but as those pictures testified, terrifying effect really. Huge explosion in the port city. Our producer Zain Jafar, who's in the city for a little bit longer, telling us that even his own flat felt the damage there, and items falling off the shelves, etc. At least some distance from where this happened. So hoping to talk to him soon about what may be the background to events today in Beirut.
Whoa.
الله أكبر.
الله أكبر.
Is inside those clouds, and what we're hearing from some of the state media reports is this could have been involved. There could have been fireworks involved. There's some suggestion that it may have taken place in an area where fireworks were stored. But of course, all of this is conjecture. It has only happened in the last half hour, and we're still just trying to find out what's going on there. And also, we have no idea how many people may or may not be injured in this, but an explosion of that magnitude, you would have to assume that there has to be somebody has been hurt as a result of this.
And as you rightly point out, Joel, we can't rule anything out at this point. It does appear that the blast happened in the port area of the Lebanese capital. Some are presuming that this could have been an industrial accident. Again, I want to caution our viewers as well. We just don't know yet. This is still a very fluid situation. And I want to point out that you're watching live pictures from the area. I mean, an absolute massive explosion. And it comes just at such a terrible time for the country. Its economy in doldrums, protests happening since months. And, well, we just are left to wonder what's going on in the minds of the Lebanese as, again, sadly, they have to deal with this explosion.
So some more of what we're hearing from people on social media who...
Saying on the ground, witnesses have told me that this explosion felt more powerful than the explosion of 2005. But of course, that depends very much on where they were geographically, and it's a fairly subjective feeling, the feeling of an explosion. But that is what some witnesses have said, is that it felt stronger than that particular explosion which killed the Prime Minister Rafiq Hariri. There have been other theories put out there that it was an accident in some sort of a fireworks factory, but I think from people who've covered fireworks factory explosions before, and they do happen,